Okay, this will be sort of a signal test strength test, and in the meantime, I'll do a review of the human Y chromosome. The reason why it's so important is because the Bible is true, the history in the Bible is real, as well as the people in the Bible are also real. So that's the point of looking and comparing the Y chromosome as well as the mtDNA, which I may do in the future. But here I go looking for a signal strength test. Okay. So, by way of review, last time I compared all the Japhethite Y chromosomes. I'm suspecting that the Javan and the Chiraz, which were in Europe, became extinct and became the Neanderthals that they found early on. And perhaps the Madai also became the Denisovans, and we don't know that if they're extinct yet because we don't have their Y chromosome because I think it was a female finger. But but we can identify Gomer because he's the father of Ashkenaz, which settled over in this region over here and mixed in with the Jewish populations so that this Jewish population with a huge amount of JY chromosome, E1B, which is likely Canaanite, G, which is likely Assyrian, and the rest is Asian, well, except the exception of the I. This Asian part is what is in the Ashkenazi Jewish population because of moving into Asia or north, and the predominant Y chromosome is the R1. So we can safely identify Gomer as being, the father of Ashkenaz, Gomer as being the R1. So let's go ahead and just go to the main map if we can. We have all these peoples here. Let's see what we have. We have Gomer up here, that's in the right place. We have Magog here, that's in the right place. Meshech and Madai and Tubal. We also have the descendants of Shem, which are Asher, Aram, Elam, and Arpachshad. Arpachshad, I guess it's Arpachshad, something like that. And we have the sons of Ham, Canaan, Put, Mitzrayim, and Cush. Now, these are all people here. These are all known civilizations, real people. Again, for the Japhethites, we have Jav and Tiraz, which probably became the extinct Neanderthals that have no Y chromosome living today. And we have the Madai here, which probably could be Denisovan or Meshech or anybody, basically. Magog, maybe. I'm assuming that the Magog is the main population because these are different populations. Each name is a different population that exists today. Just a matter of identifying which is which. Now, I kind of jokingly said that Tubal is T, Meshach is M, and Madai is S and K. But could be Madai is S and K, but I don't know about the Meshach and Tubal. But the Magog is a major population, and the biggest population in the world is the N's that are up here and the O's that are over here and all the way through the Pacific Islands. Then there is, of course, Gomer, which is the R all over Europe, and the Q's, which are all over the rest of Asia and even all the way to Americas. And of course, we know about Cush. He had a son named Nimrod in the land of Shinar, and we should expect to see a Y chromosome from the Hamite African family tree, and we do. It's a CY chromosome, a significant signal, and we do see a very significant CY chromosome that also goes all the way to America and throughout the Pacific Islands and Oceania and Australia. So he was the first king of the whole world in the land of Shinar. His name was Nimrod. He was the son of Cush, who was the son of Ham. And of course, his features went wherever the CY chromosome went as well. So much so that the Olmec statues in the Americas have Asian African features, and they were very well made statues with clear Asian and African features. So, of course, we have the Put, the Phoenicians. We have Mitzrayim, which is Egypt, Canaan, which probably mixed in with the Jewish population, and probably Egypt too, and probably Phoenicia as well. So, with that, let me see if I got a signal going on here. Hello, Honesty Angel. Looks like my signal is okay. I'm just, I do have a 5G signal, but I just overused my data, apparently. So, according to what it says, but it makes no sense to me because it's supposed to start out a new month, and it was all used up. But that's neither here nor there as far as this discussion goes. So, yeah. So the Bible is true because we have Y chromosomes for each and every one of these people. We have, of course, their E3s. This is E3, 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 but they're different E3s, of course. And then there's this Canaan, maybe E1, E2, E3. It's hard to say at this point. But it does account for all of the Africans when you include the DY chromosome, Andamanese, and the CY chromosome of Nimrod. Of course, I'm not sure which of the sons of Cush the Andamanese are descended from, but they clearly went east as well as Nimrod, the same as Nimrod did. And of course, they went up into Tibet, Mongolia, and Japan. And to this day, a third of the population of Japan is descended from Cush with a DY chromosome from the same as the Andamanese. So the Bible is very true. Of course, Shem had these Semitic sons here, and they're all accounted for. What is it? Arphaxad, Arpachshad, Aram, who is the father of the Syrians, Asher, who is the father of the Assyrians, Elam, which is the father of the Elamites and the Dravidians, Elamo-Dravidians, and they went to India. Aram is probably the FY chromosome, so it's F, Asher is G with the Assyrians, and Elam is H, and then Arpachshad is I and J, or Arphaxad. Okay, so they're all accounted for. Now with the sons of Japheth, there's a lot of sons, and there are more sons of Japheth than there are surviving Y chromosomes. So, but if you count them, there are like 7 Y chromosomes. I mean, what is it? 7 sons. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 sons, and there's like 6 Y chromosomes or so. Because Gomer is the R and the Q, so the R and the Q go together. Magog is likely the N and the O. The N and the O go together. It's a major population. Then there's Meshach and Tubal. There's a T Y chromosome and an MY chromosome. And then there's an S and a K, which I said is Madai, possibly, which I'm just assigning the designation, but without a lot of substantial proof. The only one I have absolute proof is Gomer, because he's the father of Ashkenaz, and the Ashkenazi Jews who went to Ashkenaz have the predominantly the Asian Y chromosome in the Ashkenazi is R. So I'm assigning Gomer as being the R, Magog as the O and N, and then the other ones are up for grabs. But I'm assuming that Javan and Tiraz, the ones that went to Europe, died out in Europe. In other words, they're the Neanderthals that died out in Europe. I'm thinking that possibly Madai is the Denisovan, and that's why the Asians are related, have Neanderthal DNA, and that's why the Ashkenazi Jews have Neanderthal DNA, because they settled up in the land of Gomer, Ashkenaz, because Gomer is the brother of Tiraz and Javan. So of course, anybody that mixes in with the Ashkenazis are going to have Neanderthal DNA, and anybody in Asia is going to have Neanderthal DNA, because all of Asia is brothers to Tiraz and Javan, which are the Neanderthals. So it makes a lot of sense. Oh, well, hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I guess I'm here. Having technical issues, so I'll just go ahead and shut this down. But thanks for your participation, and maybe I won't be back. I don't know.